Hello everybody and welcome to Wise Words with Teacher Nick, coming to you from sunny Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This video is a follow-up on the pronunciation video I did quite a long time ago now, where we looked at some pairs of words that Korean speakers of English find particularly difficult to pronounce correctly. In this video we're going to focus on two of those sounds, a minimal pair of O, the diphthong O, and the vowel sound or. In my experience teaching in Korea for over 5 years, these are two sounds that I noticed were particularly difficult to pronounce correctly and to make a distinction between. So you'd have words like coke coming out like cork. So the O sound, it seems, the diphthong O, is particularly hard for Korean learners to pronounce, and I'd like to focus on this sound. And we'll look at that in contrast with the other sound or, which I think is a bit easier for Korean people to say. But I hope by the end of the video you'll be able to pronounce the O diphthong, as in coke, correctly. And we'll look at tongue position and lips, the way your lips should be as well to pronounce this tricky sound correctly. So what I'll do is I'll have a Korean speaker read through a list of words that have this diphthong, and you'll be able to hear some of the errors that she makes in the way that she pronounces the words. Then I will read them with the correct standard British English pronunciation, and you'll be able to hear the difference between the two. And then I'll move on to doing a few drills with you, so I'll say the words and I can have you repeat them after I've said them, and then we'll talk about the position of your tongue and your lips in how to pronounce them properly. Then we can move on finally to a little trick or a little tip that you can do to practice your pronunciation using Google or a search engine, and using the voice function on your voice recognition function on your phone. So we'll talk about that at the end, and then you can practice saying these words and seeing if your voice recognition on your phone recognizes your new pronunciation. Okay, so first we're going to have a Korean speaker, our own in-house Korean speaker, read through a list of words that contain the O sound, for example, phone. And you'll be able to hear the issues that she has with pronouncing this particular sound. Then I'll go ahead and repeat the list with sort of standard British pronunciation, and you'll be able to compare sort of how I say it and how she says it, and hopefully practice along, okay? So here's our Korean speaker's pronunciation of these words.
Bone, bone. Phone, phone. Boat, boat. Vote, vote. Coke, coke.
Okay, so now we'll move on to some drills, and these are quite simple. I'll read through the list of words. First I'll start with the O list, and then we'll move on to the OR list. I'll say say all the words twice. After I've said each word, you can try and repeat my pronunciation. Okay, so the first one is bone. Bone. Okay, you try. Next one, phone. Phone. Boat. Boat. Coke. Coke. Vote. Vote. Okay, so I hope you were paying attention to my mouth and my mouth position when I was saying those. We'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. The other list was the other sound we were looking at, which was or. So again, I'll read through the list, saying each word twice. You can try and repeat after me. Born, born, door, door, pour, pour, talk, talk, pork, pork. Okay, so yeah, have a go at saying those words, repeating back after me. Okay, so let's talk about the tongue position first. So where you leave your tongue, or where you put your tongue in your mouth as you say these words. So actually, for both sounds, O and or, the tongue position is pretty much identical. The tongue will sit in the middle of your mouth, okay? So I'd like to try and put your tongue between your teeth, back of your teeth, and your throat, somewhere in the middle there, and between the bottom of your mouth and the top roof of your mouth, somewhere in the middle there. So it's quite neutral, not too much tension, and in the middle of the mouth. The thing that makes the difference really in the sound between O and or is your lip position, or the way that you form your lips as you say them. The O sound, you have quite tight lips. O, O. So I'm making a round shape with my lips, and it's not relaxed. It's quite tense. It's quite tight. O, O. So your tongue in the middle, and your lips are quite strong, quite tight. O, O. And because it's a diphthong, it's two different sounds together. So you're kind of going from the O, and then you're changing at the last second to the O. O. It's almost like two sounds together there. All right. O. With a tight finish on your lips. O. Or is different. Your lips, like I said, the tongue is almost the same position, but your lips are looser. They're more relaxed. Or. So you're not relying on your lips to form the sound or help to form the sound. The sound just comes out naturally. Or. So you can see my mouth is relaxed. It's not tight, round circle like O. It's or. Yeah, and it comes more down from in the throat, the sound or. Whereas O is more at the front of the mouth. O. Okay, bone, phone, born, door. Okay, so the main difference really is the mouth position, or the lips position. So for the O sound, it's more tighter ring, O. Or is looser, more relaxed. And the sound really comes from back here, or. A bit like when you go to the dentist, or. And the sound comes from back here, okay? So the final quick thing I'd like to mention, if you want a little bit of practice and to see if you can perfect these sounds, is to use your phone. What you'll need is obviously your smartphone, your iPhone. I guess it would be the same on an Android phone, but I'm not entirely sure. It works well on iPhone. If you go to Google, just the home page, the search page there, and you go to the, when you instead of typing something, you'll speak it. So you'll use voice recognition. So you've got your little microphone. Where's the camera? The little microphone button at the bottom here. So press that one, and then speak whichever word you'd like to do practice of. And if you pronounce it correctly, Google will run a search for that word, and you'll have a correct search. So we'll try it with the word phone. All right. So go to Google, press the microphone button at the bottom. Where's this? Not in focus. There we go. Okay. Phone. Did it work? Okay, so you'll see that my search worked and it came up with phone. Okay, obviously if you don't pronounce the word correctly, it will come up with something else, or it will search something random and you know you wouldn't have pronounced that word correctly. So it's actually quite a good way to practice. You know, kind of listen back to the video if you need to, repeat the pronunciation a few times, and try and voice Google the words until you get a correct hit, or Google does a correct search of the word you're trying to find or say correctly. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful. We will look at perhaps two other sets of sounds, or depending on what kind of feedback I get from this video, maybe we'll focus on one particular sound in the next video. I'm also going to continue my series on how I got into teaching English and how I got into the TEFL industry next week. So there'll be another third part of the series will come out next week about that. Okay, everybody, so thanks for watching, and as ever, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below, okay? All right, guys, thanks very much. See you. Bye.